welcome to morning stretch. We are beginning in child's pose today. It's always a favorite of mine. So prepare the mind, prepare the body, join me on your mat, and let's get this beautiful morning started. So join me in extended child's pose. If it feels good to have a blanket wrapped up underneath your bottom, do that. Or if it feels good to double up your mat underneath your knees, or inviting puppy pose where the hips are completely raised. We're moving from child's pose to puppy pose. So you can stay there if that feels better in your body. But wherever you are today, please join me to center. So stretching the arms out in front of you, energize the arms. Knees released to the wide edge of the mat, big toes to meet, release the hips down towards the heels. So energize the arms, and then as soon as they reach a good stretch, then slowly release all the way down. Forehead may meet the mat, perhaps it does not. If it does not, invite a pillow or a blanket underneath the forehead. And just start breathing. Deep inhales and exhales. With each exhale, start to release the body towards the earth a little bit more. Start to soften the body. Release any tension from the jaw. Soften the skin of the face. Notice where you're holding any tension. And as you notice, start breathing into that space to loosen and release. Deep breaths in through the nose, filling the stomach, expanding the ribs, sipping into the chest, long, slow exhales. With each exhale, release whatever's not serving you today. Maybe it's a thought, maybe it's a practice, a habit. Try and let go of something. Keep your focus right here on your mat with you. Deep inhales and exhales. Take one more deep breath in through the nose. On the exhale, slowly draw the hands closer to the body to be able to bring the knees in towards each other. Knees are hip width apart, sliding the hands forward into puppy pose. Tailbone is raised, and then hips are right over the knees. So as we release into puppy pose, allowing the shoulders to really open here. Armpits are released towards the ground. Nice long spine, so really avoid bringing an arch in the lower spine here. Nice long spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Fingertips are pressed into the mat. Deep inhales and exhales. Soften the jaw. One more deep breath in through the nose. Long, slow exhale. Release the forearms down to the ground. Extend the legs behind, coming into Sphinx pose. Nice and slow. We're still warming the body up. So with Sphinx pose, we have elbows underneath the shoulders. Fingertips are spread wide. The lower half of the body is released. Shoulders released away from the ears. Avoid any deep crane in the neck. Our eyes are right at the front of the mat. Release the chin to the chest, opening up the very top of the spine. Maybe use your chin as a pencil and draw that chin to one shoulder and the other. Warming up the neck, nice and slow. And then release the head back to neutral. One more breath here. Long, slow exhale. One hand on top of the other, forehead towards the top of the hands, bending the knees. Slowly windshield wipering back and forth. And then release the legs, coming back into Sphinx pose. And then just drawing, we'll draw the left arm towards center, and then bending the right knee, reaching back to see if you can catch the top of that right foot. Left shoulder released away from the ear. And then slowly on your next exhale, release the right leg and take the right fingertips underneath the left arm. Slowly release the whole body down. So right side of the face towards the mat. Deep inhales and exhales. One more deep breath. Long, slow exhale, drawing the left hand back towards the body, coming back to Sphinx pose for 3 breaths. Drawing the right elbow towards center, bending the left knee, reaching for the top of the left foot. Shoulders released away from the ears, pressing the top of the foot into the hand. One more deep breath. Long, slow exhale to release. And then take the left fingertips, thread them underneath the right arm, releasing that shoulder towards the mat, releasing the left side of the face towards the mat. One more deep breath here. Long, slow exhale, releasing the right arm towards the body to unthread, coming back to Sphinx pose for 3 breaths. And then one hand on top of the other, release the forehead to the top of the hand, bending the knees, slowly windshield wipering back and forth. And release. Slide the hands right next to the chest, elbows tucked in tight next to the body. Engage the core, engage the glutes. Tops of the feet are connected with the earth. Inhale, slowly push the earth away, shoulders release, coming into baby cobra. You can either hold for 5 breaths here or flow with it. So on the inhale, we rise. On the exhale, we slowly lower. Shoulders are released away from the ears. Nice long breaths. Follow the flow of your breath. No need to rush it. One last inhale. Long, slow exhale. One hand on top of the other, forehead to the top of the hand, bending the knees. Slowly windshield wipering back and forth. And release. Sliding the hands one last time towards the chest, elbows tucked in, using the strength of your body to come up and over into child's pose, forehead towards the mat, arms draped to the side. Release the shoulders, opening up the top of the back, relaxing those shoulders, allowing the shoulder blades to kind of melt open. Deep inhales and exhales. One more deep breath here. Long, slow exhale to release. Coming up into tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale, curling into cat, tucking the tailbone under, release the chin to the chest, pressing the earth away to open up the shoulder blades. Inhale, slowly scooping the spine, lifting the tailbone high into cow pose. And then just flowing with the breath. Exhaling into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale to cat. Taking your time, if you're feeling like you're opening the shoulders and it feels really good, take your time, just move the shoulders kind of forward and back one at a time to continue that opening. And then the same with cow. As you inhale, moving the hips side to side, slowly opening them. And then coming back to your neutral spine. Extend left leg long. And then just holding the posture, like keeping maybe a micro bend in the elbows. Releasing that floor away from the body. So pressing the fingertips and the palms into the mat. And then on your next exhale, draw that left knee in towards the chin. So rounding the back. Exhale, extend long. So keeping that leg parallel with the floor. Inhale, draw the knee up to the chin. Round the top of the back. Exhale, extend the leg long. Inhale. Exhale, extend. 2 more times. Inhale, draw the knee in. Exhale to extend. Inhale, draw the knee in. Exhale, extend. And then release. Draw the knees out to the long edge of the mat. Release the hips down. Extended child's pose. 3 breaths. After your third exhale, release the body back to tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Extend the right leg long. Really set the foundation, so fingertips and palms pressed into the earth. Core is engaged, micro bend in the elbows. Nice long spine. Inhale, draw the right knee in. Exhale to extend. Inhale, draw the knee in. Exhale to extend. Inhale, rounding that back. Exhale, release, lengthen the back. Core stays engaged. Inhale, exhale, extend. One last time. Inhale, round the back. Exhale to extend. And then release. Knees out to the wide edge of the mat. Release the hips down. Walking the hands in front. Extended child's pose. Take 3 breaths here. And then slowly coming back up. So coming into a high plank, really shoulders over wrists, and you may have to adjust them a little bit. As you step the legs out long, we're pressing into the heels. So that might mean that you need to adjust the shoulders over the wrists. Just 3 on these. So inhale, bring the knee in towards the chin, and release. Toe is released back to the earth. To make it a little bit harder, you can hover that leg, but your choice. Knee in on the inhale and then exhale long. Knees out to the long edge of the mat. Release the hips, extended child's pose. After your third breath, coming back into high plank to switch and set up for the other side. So check in with your alignment first. Engage the core. Right knee in. Extend long. Inhale. Exhale, extend long. Inhale, draw the knee in. Exhale, extend the knee long. Exhale, one last time, into downward dog. We always joke about downward dog being a resting pose, and I always tend to disagree. But after planks, it can be a little bit restorative. Taking 2 more deep breaths in downward dog. And then drawing the right foot forward, release the left knee down into low runner's lunge. And just play with this for a little bit. So we don't want the right knee to extend past the right ankle, but to lean into it to feel a really nice stretch in that left quad. So really feeling that stretch. You may have to walk the right foot forward just a little bit. Shoulders are released, core stays engaged here. And then as you feel ready, sweeping the arms up and over near the ears. On the next exhale, slowly open the arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over. Exhale, release left arm down towards the instep into your spinal twist. On the next exhale, release the right arm down. Turn the left toes under, release the hips high, step the right foot back, downward dog. Pedal it out, a couple of breaths. And then stepping left foot forward. And again, maybe creep that left toe, the left foot up a little bit. So as you bend the left knee in, it's setting up right over the left ankle. So releasing so that you're feeling that opening in the right quad. Shoulders are released, core is engaged. Deep inhales and exhales, soften the jaw. When we come into a posture that might feel challenging, it's easy to start clenching that jaw. So release the jaw so that you can get full breath in and out. As you feel ready, release the arms near the ears. Slowly open the arms wide, looking out over the left hand, the left shoulder. On the next inhale, sweeping the arms up and over, returning to neutral, and then extend that right hand down towards the instep of the left foot, keeping the left arm raised into low runner's lunge with a twist. Deep inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, release the left hand down, turn the toes under, pressing the hips high. Step that left leg back into downward dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Long, slow inhales and exhales, sending that tailbone high, drawing the ears in between the elbows. Fingertips, palms pressed into the mat, opening the shoulders wide here. Core stays engaged. And then slowly release down to the knees, sitting the hips back into hero pose. Releasing the shoulders away from the ears. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hip. Crown of the head reaching towards the sky to elongate the spine. And as you reach that crown of the head up towards the sky, it naturally allows the chin to release just a tiny bit. So if you have your chin parallel with the floor, and then release the chin just a tiny bit, you can feel the crown of the head rising and the very top of the spine opening. If hero pose doesn't feel good to you, you can always rise up onto the knees here. Clasping hands with yourself behind the back, and then opening the chest, opening the heart, looking up towards the sky. Core stays engaged. And then release. Inhale, circling the arms in front of you. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale. Deep inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, round the arms, release the chin. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open one last time. And then release. Bringing the hands in front, turning the toes under, sending the hips high into downward dog. Look between the hands and step or walk the feet towards the hands into forward fold. Bending the knees generously, releasing the top of the head towards the floor. Maybe keeping the fingertips or the hands planted, and then slowly shifting the weight side to side between one foot and the other. All 10 toes are pointed forward. Jaw is released. The head and the neck are hanging heavy and relaxed and released. One more deep breath here. Long, slow exhale. Taking your time. Really allow the top of the body to ragdoll over as you slowly release, one vertebrae at a time. Really feel the opening as you're slowly coming up. Feel the release in the shoulders, the shoulder blades, keeping the chin tucked in towards the chest. The head's the last thing to come up. Taking your time. Coming into mountain pose. Stepping the feet hip width apart. Hip width meaning the hip bones, not the hips. Inhale, sweeping the arms up and over, palms pressed together. Exhaling to heart center. Thumbs to the heart, reminding us we are all connected by no mistake. Energize the legs. Feel all four corners of both feet connected with the earth. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Engage the core. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Inhale, the palms of the hands sending up overhead. Palms stay together. Exhale, crescent moon, leaning towards the right. Arms near the ears, extending the arms, energizing the arms, fingertips reaching away from the body. On your next exhale, coming to center, opening the arms up wide. Stepping the right foot forward. Right toes can stay right here, and then rotating the right knee out. Bending it. If it feels good, you can create a balance into Shiva here, lifting the toes off of the mat. Engage the core, shoulders released, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. To deepen this further, you can bend the left knee. Soften the jaw, continue the flow of the breath. One more deep inhale, and on the exhale, crossing right foot over left. Finding those 10 toes pointed towards the front of the mat. Engage the core, engage the legs. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Clasping hands behind yourself, sending the fists towards the earth. Opening the chest and the heart, looking up towards the sky. Release the hands. Reaching the hands down towards the earth into a cross-legged forward fold. Deep inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, slowly rolling the body all the way up. Stepping right foot back into a high runner's lunge. Left knee over left ankle. Sweeping the arms up and over, engage the core. Shoulders released. On your next exhale, release the hands down towards the ground, stepping the left foot back into downward dog. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Stepping right foot forward, left to meet, forward fold. Sweep the arms up and over. Palms pressed together, fingertips reaching high. Exhale, leaning towards the left. Energized arms, fingertips reaching away from the body. On your next exhale, coming back to center, reaching the fingertips high. And then on the exhale, releasing the arms out towards the side. Stepping left toes forward, rotate the left knee out to the side. Toes can stay connected, core is engaged. You can deepen this by lifting the left toes off of the mat. Left knee is rotated out. And to deepen it further, bending into the right knee. Shoulders release, core stays engaged. Find a focal point. Slow the breath. And then on your next exhale, stepping left foot over right, clasping hands with yourself, sending the fist down towards the earth, opening the shoulders, opening the heart, looking up towards the sky. Core stays engaged, jaw stays soft. On your next exhale, release the hands and come into a cross-legged forward fold. All 10 toes pointed towards the front of the mat. Releasing the top of the head towards the earth. Deep inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, slowly rolling the body all the way up. Stepping left foot back into high runner's lunge, sweeping the arms up near the ears, engage the core. Bending into the right knee over right ankle. Left heel is high. Deep inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, release the hands down towards the earth, stepping the right foot back, downward dog. On your next exhale, slowly release, coming down to the knees, tops of the feet connected, taking 3 breaths in, hero pose. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, engage the core. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Soften the jaw. And then release the hips from the heels, coming up to the knees. So if you have limitations in the knees, always feel free to turn the mat one over, kind of fold the mat over so that it gives a little bit more cushion to the knees. So we're playing with the idea of camel pose. Toes can be connected with heels high just to kind of bring the earth a little bit closer to the hands. So starting with the left hand, we're hinging back, reaching for the top of the left heel, extending the right arm up, opening the shoulders, opening the chest, and then release left arm down, unhinge, setting up for the other side. So hinging back, so hinging like almost like your body is completely on a board. Hinging back on the knees, reaching right fingertips to right heel, extending left arm towards the sky, opening the shoulders, opening the chest, creating the back bend. And then slowly release. Giving your lower back just a break, keep the knees together, coming into child's pose. Release the forehead down, draping the arms next to you. 2 more deep breaths. And then on your last exhale, slowly roll the body all the way up and attempting to come into full camel. To deepen camel, you can keep the tops of the feet connected with the earth. I'm going a little bit easy on myself today. So I'm going to have toes connected, Hinging back, so really long spine here, hinging back, reaching for one heel and then the other, and then opening the shoulders, opening the chest and the heart, looking up towards the sky. Soften the jaw. One more breath, and then slowly release one hand and the other, curling the body over into child's pose. Forehead released to the earth. Arms draped to the side. Take 5 deep breaths here. And then on your 5th breath, slowly rolling up, coming into a seated pose. Bottoms of the feet together, but released away from the body. Finding the sit bones, palms pressed together, release to the inside of the mat. Slide the hands under. So maybe the forearms don't reach all the way. So you can still hinge at the hips, release the shoulders, and lean into this posture. Or you can release all the way down to your forearms, kind of tucking the elbows underneath the legs, still with the long spine. And then you can, once you hinge at the hips with the long spine, then you can relax into it. Bottoms of the feet pressed together. Long, slow inhales and exhales. One more deep breath in through the nose. Long, slow exhale to release. Scooting forward just a little bit. So finding those sit bones, floating, and then finding the sit bones to lengthen the spine, and then rock away from the sit bones, still with the long spine. Float the feet up, palms pressed together, inside, and then underneath the legs, into flower pose. So I usually have the thumb over finger with for the mudra. It's just, this is what I do with my kids' class, and we do a peace begins with me while we're in flower pose. Bottoms of the feet are pressed together. Shoulders are released. I'm using my elbows on the inner legs to really just open the hips a little bit more, and it stabilizes the whole torso. Deep inhales and exhales. One more deep breath in. Long, slow exhale to release. Extend the legs out long, and then slowly release all the way down. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug, maybe a kind word. Open the arms up into a T. Release the knees off to the right hand side slowly, looking out over the left. Deep inhales and exhales. You can take the right hand to the top of the left leg to deepen the twist. On your next exhale, slowly releasing the knees to neutral. Resetting the spine. Shoulders released away from the ears, and then slowly release the knees to the left-hand side, looking out over the right. Bringing the fingertips to the top of the left leg to deepen the stretch. On the next exhale, draw the knees back to neutral, reset the spine. Invite the bottoms of the feet up towards the sky, bring the fingertips underneath the hips, engage the core, release the shoulders. And then slowly to your count of 10, release the heels all the way to the earth. As the heels connect with the earth, slowly release the hands from underneath. Allow the feet to naturally open. Palms are released towards the sky. Start to bring stillness to the body, stillness to the mind. Begin to soften. Invite the eyes to close. Feel the vibration of the body in the palms of the hands, and the soles of the feet. Releasing any tension from the lower legs, from the feet, from the toes. Softening the knees. Releasing any tension from the upper legs, the hips. Softening the stomach. Releasing the lower back. Softening the shoulder blades and the upper back. Releasing any tension from the chest. Release those shoulders away from the ears. Relax the arms. Release each finger one at a time. Lengthen the neck, soften the jaw. Release the cheeks, the nose, the ears. Release any tension from the eyes and the forehead. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, and on the exhale, relaxing from the top of the head all the way to the bottoms of the feet. For just a few moments, I'll let you rest, and then you'll hear my voice again. As you hear the sound of my voice, start bringing awareness back to your space. Inviting small movement into your fingers and toes, maybe taking a stretch overhead. As you feel ready, slowly rolling to one side, keeping your eyes closed and your body still once you reach the side. Inviting gratitude in for the stillness that you feel, knowing that your mind and body accepted that. Knowing there's a healing process that happens in that stillness. That stillness is our ability to pause and think before we speak, think before we act, so that we can bring more peace and justice and kindness into this world, knowing that we need it the most right now. Know that you are beautifully and perfectly made just the way that you are. Exactly the way that you are. And when you show up vulnerably and authentically, it gives those around you the permission to do the same. As you feel ready, slowly come back to a seated position, inviting the fingertips to connect with the earth, finding your sit bones, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, drawing the top of the head towards the sky. Release the palms up towards the sky. Inhale, scooping up all this beautiful energy you help create into the palms of your hands. Exhaling to heart center. Thumbs to the heart, reminding us we are all connected to one another by no mistake. May you be safe. May you be well. May you be at ease. And may you have peace despite the chaos. Knowing that we have very little control over what happens to us or around us. Our control comes from within. Our control comes from our response. So keep understanding that pause. Use it. Use it to protect your own spirit. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.